Hello, hello, and welcome to the stream. And yeah, what a time to be alive. We hit 500 subscribers on the channel, and that's awesome. Thanks to everyone who supported the work so far. Hello, how are you doing, buddy? Welcome. So yeah, today I'm gonna work a bit on the game systems themselves. Let me just see. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great with 500 subs, 500 people. Um, we need to decide on what I actually should do for the 500 sub celebration video. I still haven't decided on anything in particular, so let me know if you want something specific in terms of maybe DirectX12 tutorial or graphics tutorial of some sort. Um, and then I'll consider it. Anyway, so the plan is thank you very much, and thank you for your support, buddy. So I was thinking something like, let's copy this. Whoops. And let's call this a resource system. Let's do a tile system, I guess. Tile system. So yeah, I'm thinking like right now our game here just kind of like whoops, assertion failed. Oh, oh yeah, I can imagine that's a problem. Oh well, it only fails some of the time, I guess. Is it every? Okay, anyway, it's when I've implemented a cinematic camera since the last episode. Up here, I think cinematic cam focus. Yeah, let's just set it to something like this. And we should be good, right? Now. But why does it only fail some of the time? That's pretty weird. Uh, which function is the one that's actually not failing the assert? Please, buddy, show me. Why don't you show me the error anymore? There we go. Uh, let's see. So does it fail around here? No. It's somewhere inside this call here. Is this? Oh, it might. Huh. It's inside the simulation. Okay. Somewhere inside here then. Or what? Huh. Now that's weird. Okay. Inside the view matrix look at. Sometimes it fails. But it shouldn't be 0, right? I direction. Huh. It really shouldn't be. The negative eye position subtracted by the focus position. But what do we initialize our camera position as? But oh yeah, okay, so these two minus each other. So we're doing something like this minus this. Yeah, so, and the forward might be, yeah, so if I set this then this should be fine, right? Or maybe, am I using the same one? Let me see. Still getting a zero vector here. Not that it matters. Create this camera offset up. Hello, how you doing? Yeah. Yeah, we do. That's pretty nice. Yeah, so the up one is not a problem, but the forward. So this basically reads, look at plus offset minus look at, right? That would be it. Yeah. Which would mean that we would get the offset, I guess. Maybe it's not related to the which camera is it? Maybe it's the player camera instead. No, it can't be. It can't be. Let's do something like -5 here or something. Well, just do it then. Yeah, I wonder why, because do we still get the problem with the assertion here on the player cam? No, it doesn't seem like there's any problem, but probably when I reintroduce this. But it's only some of the time. Yeah. I don't know why it would differ from. I'm guessing we're having problems with the memory location itself. It really doesn't seem like it, but one or several of the parameters, yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah, so it's definitely not the player camera. It's been working for ages as well. Is this because it's not really set, or uh, and it's not related to the UI, right? Oh, yeah. It might be related to this logic here. Let's try disabling this and see if we have any weird interactions. Yeah, we still do. Okay. So it's not this logic here. Ah. I need to. Uh, this is annoying. Let's just let it be implemented. But maybe it's related to a reshaping of the camera vector. Let's see. Yeah. I think I know what the problem is. So when the vector reshapes, it actually probably doesn't know how to move the object. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Alright, duly noted, duly noted. Let's see, let's add it as a bug. Do we have any designated area? No. Okay. Let's do bugs. Let's create a little bug report here. That camera needs a move copy constructor instead of default. Yeah. Okay, let's restart Visual Studio because it's not our friend. Let's see. Okay. Well, no need to focus on fixing that since it's not giving us any trouble. At least not now. Okay, so let's see. Our game, yeah, should have something that handles our game stuff here. So let's create a couple of CPP and header files here. Resource data store. And let's do namespace gxe And maybe, I don't know, should we do namespace, resources, and let's create a tile system, or rather maybe tile data store. And let's do same thing, namespace, tiles, and we will return to this eventually, and then yet another one. Let's do a, whoops, building data store. Maybe I will use the class actually. Okay. So let's start with our tile data store here. In our application right now, we create a tile set. We have the different loading stuff here, which is fine. Load resources, and then we load materials. Materials, baby. We load some widgets, we load some textures, and then we have our create beautiful models. And then we create our game area manually. But let's kind of like do this in a somewhat different way. We will have a game state still, but let's split it. Yeah, I'm just thinking whether we should. Yeah, the tile system is something that should be handled in a tile data store, data processing thingy. Yeah. So let's do that, something like a class tile data store. And let's open the CPP file as well. Okay. And we would probably like something like a create create tile set. And we should probably grab something like game types here and pass in a reference to a, maybe not const, I don't know, maybe const. Game state. Isn't it called it? It is not, it seems. Let's see, game state data. Reference. Let's pass in a game state. Let's do something like const unsigned int width. Let's just do 8 tiles. Const unsigned int height. And let's implement this. Maybe even a I don't know. Yeah, I don't like this. Kind of like get the ABB. Yeah, I would rather something like on the renderer front end. Yeah, even let's see, renderer draw types. And where is this defined actually? Is it in core? Yeah, it's in core. But yeah, we want the renderer as well too. Draw types. Yeah, this is mostly for our drawing. Mm, rendering types. This is even more specific. It seems to actually rendering. Uh, didn't this change? No, it didn't. Yeah. Draw types. I mean, nothing but the renderer should probably know anything about this. Yeah, I actually don't know how many of these are used anyway. I think this is primarily for debugging. Yeah, so I don't want to put it in here. And draw types. It's definitely for the front end. It's definitely for the front end. translating whatever we end up receiving. Okay, let's just do a header file. Render data types. Let's do something like a struct that uses include DirectX math. A struct that is something like a mesh size, which returns a float, scale x, size x, maybe just a, now let's just decouple it from the DirectX math and let's just do float, size x, y, c, okay. And instead of doing this, yeah. Renderer. Let's do mesh size. Get mesh size. Const send unsigned int index. Let's just do return. First we grab a whatever we did out here. Meshes index. And we return a mesh size ABB. Yeah, so we get a get mesh half size, I guess. I mean, instead of accessing the underlying arrays directly, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, but what I wrote earlier that we could just return the mesh data, I guess it's right, although Okay, let's do that instead. Let's do that instead. Instead of this, whenever we call load mesh here, let's see, mesh data. Do we overlap? Mesh creation data. And let's do a uint 32t. Index yeah. So whenever we load our mesh, yeah, yeah. So data output data. Let's start creating that already when we do the function itself. Output data here. Uint 32t. Huh? Oh, 64. Oh, I just need to swap this. Yeah, and then. Hello, buddy. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Nice. What have you been up to today, or just in general, maybe? Ah, whoops. There we go. Nice. What is the game about? Oh, good job, buddy. That sounds really great. Okay, let's remove this. Let's remove this. Let's actually remove this. The player itself. Yeah, I'm working on actually creating some systems that allow us to um, add more buildings and stuff. Oh yeah, mesh ID. There we go. This should actually be half size. There we go. So we should render something without the tiles now. No, we're not done. Huh? Oh, it doesn't know about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's related to this, I think. Let's see. So we have some problems in terms of. Okay, we use Core G renderer. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, thank you. It's a nice milestone. It's really nice. What's the problem here? Oh, it doesn't know this one, that's why. Okay. So we have some kind of. Oh yeah, okay. I know why. It's because I renamed them, but I didn't change this. There we go. So we have our player, we have our buildings, but we don't have any, you call it, tiles. So we want to kind of like let the tile data store here create some tiles. Let's, in our application here, should we create it in the header or in the. Or we could just include it in, create it in the actual header of this. So the tile data store. Tile data store. Oh, static or what? Should I do static here? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay, so we have our data store, tile data store. Yeah. So let's do tiles. G data store. Create tile set with our game state here. And let's just do 8.8. And the whole thing that got me distracted. Let's see, constant signed int. Mesh index. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not interesting to actually specify it should probably not know anything about how it's rendered, or I don't know, maybe it does, but I don't know. Okay, so our data, game state data here actually stores our tiles. They should be moved out of it since it's probably not related to anything interesting. Uh, and let's just do our for loop here. And then width and height. And I guess we would want something like, I don't know. We can always expand on this. Huh. Let's see. Maybe we want a const float y offset, just in case. No, this is still rendering related. This is just a tile map, tile set or whatever. So let's do a struct here called tile data. X, maybe even an int. X pos unsigned int y pos. Yeah, and we want a vector on the data store here, tiles. We'll start out by creating something like that. So right now our tiles is basically just x and y coordinates, and that's fine. So far No. Let's see. Let's see, we add this to a vector. And then this is just going to be removed. Yeah. So basically, we've ported most of this stuff. Maybe we want some kind of like settings here. Maybe we want a float, Y offset. And let's do a Y, no, unsigned in here. Standard mesh index. And then create a function here where we set tile params. Let's do a const float Y offset. And then on const unsigned int standard mesh. And let's set our Y offset here to our M offset, and can't be, whoops. All right, buddy. Thanks for tuning in and dropping by. Feel free to post some screenshots of your game on the Discord server. I would very much like to see it. Whoops. Yeah, Y offset, of course. And let's let's see. Yeah, so we basically fix this. And right now our ABBs are not being, what do you call it, generated. Okay. This doesn't need to be done. Okay. Let's see, so we translate it right now. Something like this. Should we just grab it? Or should we just let the child thingy? I mean, in the future, I would want some kind of culling. So we might draw chunks of tiles. The nearest chunks. So the frustrum culling itself. Maybe we want something like no, because the application should be the one that is actually doing some logic on what to submit, I think. But I guess we could also let the system compile it, but yeah, I don't think there's a major impact of doing one thing or the other, actually. So I mean, this could be removed. Okay, let's just do it in this part of the thing anyway, because the application should be something that has kind of like the overview of how the systems kind of like interact, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I think the application should be the one that actually does the draw calls themselves. The other systems shouldn't be kind of like entangled with the renderer, since it's mostly just data that we use for our game. And if we had a different rendering system, like something text-based or uh, something like that, uh, the game logic shouldn't be any different. It should just be a different like visual presentation, I guess you could call it. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So that means our tile data store here will actually return a vector reference. Get tiles, tile data, and let's return the m tiles here. Let's see, tiles. And let's see, tile data. Tiles. There we go. Ah. Yeah, but when then we run into trouble with the mm, right now, maybe story mesh. At least for cache coherency, it's fine. Unsigned int texture. Let's see. Actually, this is C. Unsigned int. Y offset. I don't know. Let's play around with it eventually. Yeah. Ah. Okay, let's store that at least for now, and then our application here. I can't remember the material index right now. We will hard code it. 2. Let's see, tile, mesh index, C position, Y offset. Okay, are we back then? Tile data, size. Okay. Yeah, this is not implemented right now. Okay, so we have our tiles back here. Let's see, texture viewer. I don't think I should run that anymore. At least not for now. Let's remove this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we have a tile system of sorts. Let's create something that is somewhat new. But first I gotta do a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, actually, I've decided uh, that I'll change the stuff here because we actually load the draw params here, and I think instead of doing this, let's do a tile draw data, and let's move this. No reason to store that. Let's see, and get tile draw data, return tile draw data. Let's see, y offset, y standard mesh index here. Let's just do a non-reference here. Let's see, tiles, tile draw data, tile draw data equals, whoops, tiles g draw. I mean, it doesn't make sense that we should store so much data for absolutely nothing. At least not while our tiles are the exactly same things. If we need the tile data, it's not called that or what? Huh? What's... Oh, no, it's not related to that. Yeah, that way it makes way more sense. And also you don't have to access all the time on the actual pointer. Yeah. Also, we could do something like something like push this into our creation stage here. Set tile params. Let's do uh, const unsigned int texture. And let's see, const unsigned int material. And we could always change this, but I mean, storing it on every tile, it's renderer related. It doesn't really hold any information about our tiles. Let's see. let's see. Material index, material texture index, texture index. Okay. It was just what I chose to do. Why would I choose Vulkan? Let's see, what did we actually end up creating of parameters here? Okay, let's see, tile draw data. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Okay. So, I think that's the tile system for now. Should do some culling before these steps. Okay, let's do the building system then. And we have our building data store here. And let's do a class here, building data store. Whoops. Okay. And our building data store here should have something like a struct building data. And maybe a building should be something that we kind of like create with the mesh and the texture and bindings like that. So we want some parameters here, I think. Or first of all, we need the XPOS, the CPOS, and should this be from the center or the upper left corner? Well, I don't know yet. Mesh index, unsigned in, texture index. And of course we need something like int x span 1. Let's see. We might split this off into, I guess, yeah, we might split this off into uh, let's see how the data processing turns out, but let's see. Mesh in the, no, let's start out with the expand C-span and then unsigned int mesh index texture index, and this is supposed to be const, of course. Also a material index. I don't know. Let's just start building this like this, but I think this should probably be different parameters. Yeah, maybe we want something like draw parameters or something. So, and separate that from our other data. Maybe split this off into a raw data thingy. It could be something like struct building draw data. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Let's split it off. But still, because we could then compute some stuff here. For instance, we could do some flags. Yeah, we could do some. Yeah, let's optimize it later, but we basically want some of this stuff here. Yeah, depending on what our data manipulations become, we should probably arrange this differently. But at least for now, we want the mesh index, material index, texture index. Maybe for debugging, we want a string with the name. We could do that, I guess. Should the buildings themselves actually hold their position, or should we grab that from the tiles, or no? Nah, probably doesn't make sense to grab it from the tiles. Also, the scaling of the model. Okay. Probably. Let's figure it out later. So I'm gonna do the X and Y Z position is there. So and then yeah, all of the building models are actually. Oh yeah, I could just kind of like change the tile model as well to be this way, so we don't need a Y position set. So that would split off this. And then, so we could collapse this. And we could collapse two of these. That would give us 3 values plus the draw flags. It's almost byte aligned. It's not exactly, but I guess you would have one more slot for something. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's do something like a float draw x draw rather just x position here. Float set position. Float scale. And a what did I? Yeah, okay. So this is actually room for one more. Maybe we want some kind of special flag or whoops. Room for one more value in alignment. Let's do a vector here, building draw data, building draw data. Building data, building data, I guess. And let's always create, or rather create a function that actually returns a reference to our get building raw data. And let's return this. Yeah, I guess when our systems get more complicated, we might change some of the stuff. So expand C-span, mesh index, material index, texture index. Let's do const unsigned int special flags for our rendering stuff. Let's do a, before this, let's do a float, a const float here, scale, model scale. And this gets calculated, so it's not a parameter that we need to pass into it. We have our and then we want a would we want something like a blueprint of sorts? I mean, we could actually split this off into something like a building draw params here, and then simply draw params, and then do something like a building draw transform yeah, let's do unsign it here, xpos setpos. Okay, so the thing I'm contemplating is actually transform. Because what if we want duplicate buildings with different positions, if you know what I mean? So this is the part that's going to change on a build. No, not even this one. This is the actually only thing that is going to change on a building uh, draw call here. This might even just be an index. Building param index. So let's see, void create building mesh instead. Then we could do something like this instead. So we can look up these values here, and then let's just do a const unsigned int building type, and we will of course create a enum here. Let's do an enum building data type, or rather building type. Let's do a building data, or rather building type. Let's do solar. And let's do a type def building type unsigned int. Unsigned int. So let's do draw params instead, I guess. So this is now decoupled. We create a kind of like series of draw calls. Right now, this will be stored in our draw data vector, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be that way. Maybe we just want buildings to be a representation of different indices. Maybe the indices themselves are supposed to. Yeah, each one will have a transform. Yeah. Let's see how the data processing might turn out. Building draw params. For standard, extra secret. Anyway, did we create that one then? Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's see. In our application, let's create a building here, building data store, and Let's see. And if we wanted to create something like a not a player, but if we, so the thing is, I think we're actually controlling the span by this scale. So maybe we should manipulate the scale itself from that. Uh, so a solar panel is right now. Oh, I can't compile this. Whoops. So yeah, right now my ABBs are missing, but this is one tile, and I actually think it's two tiles. Okay, let's start by creating the solar panel here. Two model scale. Yeah. Mesh index. Let's see. Solar panel dot index. And then we have some materials here. That's number 4. And what texture do we load? Texture 6. So 446. And special flags are none. Okay, let me just do a string in order to nah. Do I really want to? Do I really want to? I guess. Let's do name. A type name. Solar panel. Okay. Let's see. And also let's see. Let's just Let's do draw params here. Material equals material, of course. Draw params, mesh index. Whoops. Draw params, texture index. Oh, it's called texture index. Texture index here. Let's see, so we have our draw params, special flags. Whoops, special flags, of course. And then draw params, name. Oh, I don't have that actually. So that's our draw params are building draw data, rather draw data name equals name transform. Yeah, that's a problem. So this should be the one keeping the name just for good measure, only for debug. There we go. Whoops. A bit too aggressive. So we have flags, texture, mesh, scale. Scale equals oh, maybe we actually want two scale parameters because it might not be um, quadratic in terms of its size on both those axes. So let's see. Float scale, C. Let's do a float expand here times float scale. Didn't we call it scale? Model scale. C-span. Okay, and draw building, draw params, and place back this draw params here. Okay. Okay. So we create our stuff like this. Let's see, setup data for renderer true for the stuff, and then buildings. Let's try creating a building. G building data store, create a building at, let's say, 0, 0 with a buildings. And there we go. Okay. Let's actually create the logic. Assert. Okay. String. There we go. I think this is better. The PCH should be done. On this side at least we have game types here. Yeah. Okay. Let's then in debug mode we want a warning, or rather an abort, or rather exception if this is not true. Okay, let's do params. And let's calculate, or rather, is it from this center? I think so. I think so. Yeah. Uh, Welcome, buddy. Hope you like it. So, yeah, we've encountered a problem here. Yeah, maybe we want to actually revert back to the scale here and then do expand here, C-span. I don't know if this actually translates into a pointer. Oh well. Yeah. Because, and also, I mean, uh, this is kind of like inviting maybe cache misses, but doesn't matter. doesn't matter. Because when we want to compute the actual transform here, and I actually think that we will only store the but I mean, there's a discrepancy between what we need to. Maybe we do need this. Yeah, I'm unsure. When we create a building here, yeah, let's just do something and then we can always change it. So building data. CPOS here. And then our span. Yeah, let's figure out how to store this and optimize it later. Not Y span, C span. So this is basically whenever we, let's just use the build tool here for as an example. So I mean, if we, yeah, right now it's pretty weird. It's related to the mouse translation, but yeah, definitely needs some tuning anyway. So for a building that spans one tile, it's perfectly fine, but a building that spans two tiles is somewhat more tricky, I guess, because which position do we actually store? Yeah. Do we store the left corner, upper left corner? And then tell it spans this amount of grid cells. Yeah. But I suspect that the draw params themselves, or rather the transform here, is something different, right? Let's see. The objects that we currently draw, the heat tower, it's just straight up the grid coordinates. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of like not correctly offset. I mean, this is one grid cell and this is another one, and you can see this is kind of like overlapping. Yeah, so it's kind of like the transform itself is from the center of the object. So we need to compute some draw data here. Draw data. Transform X position is then this and then times the X and C span divided by 2, I guess. Or is it? No. No, plus 1. Okay, let's try to do something like X position times, or rather plus, the float version of these expand parameters here. And then this C position here should be like this. Nah, and this should be divided by 2, right? Shouldn't it? No, I'm not sure. This is not correct. So let's do it in Paint here. We have, for instance, something that, oops, that is one tile, and then we have something that is 4 tiles, for instance. So we have the offset, which is this, which will be kind of like the center. Here the offset is here, but actually we want it to be moved here. So it will be the offset here plus probably the span minus 1 divided by 2, I guess. Would that work? If we do something with would it work for a uneven size as well? So we have something like this. And we have the offset here, but we want it here. So this time the span is 3 minus 1, that's 2, divided by 2, that's 1. So that would make sense as well. So would it make sense with if we did 4 tiles then? This is getting messy. And let's say the center is here, then the offset plus 4 minus 1, that's 3, divided by 2, that's 1.5. So let's see, 1.5, yeah, so that works. So minus 1 here. Yep, so that's the transform position. And the draw data here is, there we go. So this should allow us to add a building. Yeah, let's try that at least. Building data, and place back here. Building, draw params, and place back. Draw data. Not draw params, building draw data. There we go. Let's try calling that. And let's just move some of this stuff here. Let's see, 0. Okay, we already have that. Okay, so draw data, building, draw params. Get building, draw params. Return building, draw params. It's not so secret anymore. Okay. Let's see if everything compiles so far. It does, then let's see, buildings. Let's make it with capital letters. Buildings. Okay. Let's do the buildings. G building data store. Get building raw data. Let's see. Building data. Let's do G get draw params. Building draw params. Okay. Let's do something like, I'm unsure. Let's create a version of this that actually takes a temporary data, mesh data, transform data. Huh? Oh, I made it with a capital T, that's why. Whoops. So now we have an overload that can actually take a temporary. Um, I think this should be const, right? I don't know if it messes up the. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even sure I need this. Let's see if we run into trouble here. We might. I suspect at least. So a mesh data is this. So let's do something like for const auto reference building in building data. Let's do something like building dot building. Oh, that's the param index. Let's see. Draw params here. Pointer equals params equals this dereferenced at building dot param index. There we go. Texture params. Params. Okay, we need some draw flags here. That's just flags. Params, special flags, yeah. And let's see. Yeah. Non-const. I guess we could do something like this, right? And since it's const, are we then allowed to actually create it like that? Yeah, we are. Let's do a series of transform data. At least so far, we're not seeing any complaints. Um, float, C scale. I guess we don't store that, right? Right. So let's see. Let's see, building 0. C pause here. And then okay. And let's start out with that. Right now we don't scale it. Let's see if we actually can compile and no, we can't. Meshes? Huh? Tile data. Sure thing, buddy. Don't need it right now. Yeah. So we have this massive solar panel here in the middle of the scene. So that definitely needs some scaling. Isn't that beautiful? This is our scene now. So let's see. Yeah. So we store the model scale here. Let's do params scale, params scale, params scale. Yeah, so that's basically what we want. Yeah, welcome, buddy. But you're kind of like joining here somewhat at the end. Oh, I'm happy to hear, man. Thank you very much. All right, so we have a way to actually create buildings now. So this is getting a bit interesting because now we can actually sure thing, buddy. That's the good thing about streams these days. You can always watch the replay. So what are you working on, buddy? I'm guessing it's something yeah, true. I always allow for the replays. Yeah, nice. Which platforms are you using? I mean, rendering APIs and stuff like that. I'm not sure I follow, buddy. You're him? One of him? Oh, that sounds cool, buddy. And let's couple this to our builder system here. So let's include some building data store. Nice. A free game engine. That sounds awesome. All right. Yeah. Okay, so in the game states, let's clean up all of this stuff here. We don't need it anymore. Oh, that sounds awesome, man. Feel free to share some screenshots on the Discord server. Yeah, that sounds really great, man. Let's see. No, no, it's fine. Sure. Let's see. So, let's do on. Let's do uh, selected. And let's say in our build system here, if we click this, let's set our game state right now. Okay, the heat tower is actually 1 here, and there we go. Maybe we need building. Yeah, that sounds like a fun project, man. There we go. Oh, we actually have the build logic here. Oh, we do it like that. Yeah. Sure. Let's do then buildings, G building, create building, and let's see. Do I store the? Yeah, I do store the position of the mouse on this. Yeah. X and Y, screen mouse position. Ah, I keep on missing. And this won't work because we need. Or do we need to? Do we floor it or? What did we actually use back in the day? Yeah. Do you already have Vulkan and OpenGL support? Or are you just starting out with DirectX 12? Didn't I have a... uh, all right, cool. Do you have experience with OpenGL or DirectX 11? Yeah, I hear that. Let's see. Oh, that sounds cool, man. I mean, this. Whoops. Yeah, sounds like you're doing a great job, man. I really respect that. Of course, man. Did I actually floor it? Oh, okay, screw it. I'm just gonna check how awful it looks. Oh, okay. We have a bug, yeah. Yeah, okay. Did I mess up the thingy? Solar. Well, you gotta make a living, so let's see. Let me try to dump this. Whoops. Zero? Huh. Let me step into it then. Ah. For some reason it's not created. Did I remove it? Yeah, sure. That would be nice. That would be really nice. Uh, no, that's weird. That is weird. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Is it because I have several instances of this? I'm not sure I follow. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So that's the problem. Also, let's fix this in the renderer. Let's do. Thank you, man. I much appreciate it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we tried to create it at least, but now we. Yeah, this needs to crash, but. I actually don't know. I'll have to look into that. I'm not that experienced in terms of streaming, so I wouldn't know. Well, alright, but it doesn't create anything. Ah, okay. Thank you for the advice. Yeah. It should create a thing for the draw call, maybe. Oh. Do we ever end up in the inside here then? Yeah, I do. Yeah, so the reference to the renderer is gone then. But the rest of the renderer itself is running fine, so I'm not suspecting that it's yeah, definitely. We should do a celebration when you're done. Am I putting it in some weird scope or something? Maybe the flags are weird. Yeah, that could be an explanation. Let's just try. No, it worked before. So that's definitely not it. Uh, huh. Oh, it has some weird garbage values, right? Position X. Ah, okay, okay, okay. I'm so I'm spawning something way, way, way off screen. So yeah, if I just do, so it's actually working. It's just my screen, or rather mouse position calculation here that is not great. World space mouse position. Oh, that's the one I'm gonna use instead. I forgot that was something. There we go. Great stuff. And we can build stuff. Only there are no restrictions to our buildings. But at least we can build something. Okay. Yeah, buddy. Gotta love them. Yeah, buddy. We going, we going, we going. Let's do a Building type heat tower. And let's create it. Once we create the application. Heat tower. And let's do heat tower. And I think it's, isn't it 3 and 5? Yeah. At least I would think so. Okay, it's way too small. Now that's a tiny tower. And I'll also need some flags. So I disabled the heat tower code here, and it needs the emissive flag as well. Where did we go? Yeah. And we need a, I think this needs to be scaled as 1, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's way too big. And did we actually disable the flags? Huh? Not the... Did I? Yeah, I did. I need to add the flags back again. Let's do params, special flags. There we go. But it's still too big, so let's scale it down. Is this better than... Yeah, there we go. We have our bloom effect back. Just Windows 10. Yeah, okay, it's outside the... Oh, it's because it's negative, right? Yeah, interesting. Well, yeah, I just haven't migrated yet. Uh, I think I'll do it in a couple of months. Yeah, I know. I know. I'll do it eventually. Yeah. Yeah, also I could do DirectX Ultimate and yeah, get better, what do you call it? Yeah, there's some things in the SDK that I definitely would want access to, but yeah. So this needs to be actually ints, not unsigned ints, yeah. And this also needs to be ints. I mean, the DirectX 12 Ultimate is should be built in rather Windows 11. And there we go. We can build stuff out in space. We can do whatever we want. All right. So we have buildings. We have tile systems, rather a tile system. And the last thing I need to do is no, I know there's a lot of difference, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream here today. Uh, so in the next episode, I'm gonna do the resource system, and then we will start building some game logic in terms of making these systems interact. So um, I'll create some kind of like temporary building that we can place on iron ore and start mining it. Um, Also, yeah, what we need to do is tile system or the renderer here. We need instance render, render groups, and let's do this couple to instance rendering. Um, we could, for that matter, also do it. Thank you, buddy, and thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, I'll see you in the future. We could also do instance rendering on these. Oops, can't delete it. I need to mark it green and move it. Yeah, so let's do. Oh, I already have that. Okay, so that's the plan. We're gonna do some stuff in the next episode. We could actually do a, I don't know whether we should do a 2D array of each specific building or what we should do in order to maybe do order drawing so that we can group or yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out a system. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you found it helpful, entertaining, inspirational, or something else, feel free to support the channel. You know how to. Otherwise, you can probably figure something out. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in the future. And take care and please keep on trucking. Bye bye.